Three brief points on this wonderful feast of all the saints. The first point is the saints in heaven with their white robes and palm branches are identified as those who have survived the great distress, those who have survived the great tribulation. Now, there are many reasons why one might choose as a Catholic to vote for one candidate rather than another next Tuesday. But we have to be realistic in our hope to be saints. We cannot escape the great tribulation. Whoever wins the election, one or other tribulation may be avoided, but the great tribulation cannot be avoided. So we shouldn't fool ourselves about that. Because every one of us, if we're called to be saints in heaven, called to holiness, if we really want to get there, every one of us has to find himself poor in spirit, meek, a peacemaker, and very important, persecuted for justice' sake. That's in our contract. Blessed are the poor, blessed are the peacemakers, blessed are those who are persecuted. That's the description of the saints. The blessed are the saints. So all of those things have to come to pass in the life of each one of us. And there's no escaping that. And we wouldn't want to escape it, because we want to get to heaven. And that's the most important thing of all. And perhaps we don't think about the saints enough, which is point 2. When we come here and we lift our hearts up to the Lord in the great Eucharistic prayer, in the great sacrifice of thanksgiving, we are with the saints. And that's why we mention Mary, Mother of God, Joseph, her husband, and all the saints. We mention them because they are more really present to us in the Eucharistic sacrifice than we are to one another. Because their presence is so much more full than ours is, given that those holy souls see the face of Christ. And I don't think we would have had so many problems in keeping our liturgy reverent if we realized every time that the saints were there. You know, maybe we like this song here at St. Patrick's, but maybe the saints think it's abominable. Maybe the saints don't want to sing it. Whatever we sing at Mass should be worthy of the saints. All of our behavior at Mass should be worthy of the saints. I believe in the communion of saints. It's right in the Creed. God forbid that we forget about our closeness to the saints, how they are our brothers and sisters, how they pray for us, how they lift us up. It's so encouraging. God forbid that we forget about that in the course of our daily lives, and God forbid that we forget about that, especially with the liturgy. And that's the second point. And the last point is our celebration of the communion of saints continues tomorrow. Today we're celebrating the Church triumphant in heaven. Tomorrow we celebrate the Church suffering in purgatory. It is possible to gain indulgences, to cut down on the temporal punishment due to sin for those in purgatory. We should get into that indulgence-bringing behavior tomorrow. And just as the holy souls in purgatory pray for us, as they need prayers themselves, so too, tomorrow should be a day of prayer filled with a sense of closeness to our loved ones who have died and who live in the hope of seeing fully the face of Christ. Let us be mindful of the church triumphant in heaven of the saints every blessed day. Let us be mindful of the church suffering in purgatory every blessed day, because it's only in communion with all of them that we are really the church militant, the church fighting the good fight day in and day out here on earth. Praise be Jesus Christ.
Amen.